Second half was our first fucking half. The first half got us, and we need to clean that up, and certainly got to change the lineup a little bit in the first half because the second half we tied them in the second half, and if we can play a second half like that against the number 9 in the country, we got to figure out how to get that first half to be a little bit more solid. There's no time to be in the morning session because we got Duke at Duke on Sunday, so we're going from the pot to the fire, and we're going to have to figure out how to be ready for it.
We'll take questions from student athletes first. Please raise your hand, state your name and the outlet you're reporting for, and then I'll call on you.
Georgia, my question's for you. It seemed like in the fourth quarter, or in the third quarter rather, a lot of threes were being made by you guys, but in the fourth quarter, what was different about your approach to getting inside the arc?
I think that our bigs did a really good job in the fourth quarter. And so we were able to, they were really open, so we got into them and we just didn't necessarily get those threes going in the fourth quarter. But the third quarter definitely showed, that was something that we can go to. We just got to figure out how to then finish the game. But I think the second half was good for us. We just got to figure out how to figure out that first half. Don't let them get that lead.
Call the Daily Orange. Olivia, you hit threes in a row there. You've hit three straight games. What are you kind of feeling when you're releasing a shot from beyond the arc right now?
Well, I think that, like Georgia said, the bigs were really giving us energy, and Georgia in the first half really carried three-point range and the shots there. So I kind of just fed off of her energy. All my threes were kind of wide open, so I knew I had to knock them down. When I come in the game, I got to make the impact, and that comes in making my shots. So.
Sophie, looking across the other side, number 5, just had a lot of points inside. What was the defensive strategy and sort of guarding their bigger players?
We knew coming into the game that she was going to be dominant down there, so we had the game plan, get off her body, don't let her get that deep seal, and I think that first quarter we didn't follow that game plan as well. I think second quarter, we threw a few doubles in there and that helped us a little bit, but I don't necessarily think we followed the game plan as well as we could have, letting her get that deep seal down low.
This is for any of you guys, but you're coming against the top team defensively in the ACC who's given up you guys forced 20 turnovers. What are you guys trying to raise that level defensively yourselves to really push a really strong defensive team, a top 10 team in the nation?
We'll come together this week. The coaches will put a scout together for us, and we just have to execute what the game plan is and what they want us to do at the end of the day.
Ian Nicholas for CNY Central. Olivia, this one's for you. What's the biggest lesson that you as a freshman have learned over these last 2 games against Cal and UNC, 2 of the best teams in the conference, where you're controlling the offense down the stretch in a really close game?
The first thing that came to my mind was consistency. I think a lot of times, even in just this season in general, we weren't able to put together a full 40 minutes, but to keep that energy consistent throughout the game is what's really important and what's crucial for us to get these wins under our belt.
Any more questions for the student athletes? In the back? Oh, no, that was a camera. Sorry. All right, you guys are dismissed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do this 7 minutes a day until March 1st. We start today. In a week, you'll feel better. In 2 weeks, you'll...
All right, we'll take questions for Coach Shack.
Don Joseph, Syracuse.com. If someone looked at the box score, the final score, say Syracuse, North Carolina won by 10 points, they'd say, North Carolina should have done this. They're number 9 team. But for you guys were in it throughout the majority of the game. You guys were close, you had your chances. Do you think that there was maybe 1 or 2 things that, if you corrected this and this, you guys win this game?
We played North Carolina. We played number 9. And we've never done that in the last 11 years. And we take their shirts off, we put them in the park, and you play 5-on-5, our starters will be better. But they decided to play with fear. And that's, at the end of the game, we had to make some changes. Because at the end of the day, let them be better than you. But don't play number 9. Don't play North Carolina. Play a bunch of young ladies that's on the other side of the floor. And that's the toughness that we have to get, because this isn't, to me, is a microcosm of life. And if you're going to be afraid of somebody because they're the dean or the associate or whatever title that the world gives people, you're going to always finish second. And our whole objective as the head coach is to show our young people that you fear no one. You respect everybody, but you fear no one. And we couldn't get that out of our system until halftime. And we played freer, and we played just a bunch of young ladies who I think are very talented. No disrespect to say about North Carolina or Duke or whoever we play, but we got to respect ourselves first, and we got to believe in our prowess a little bit more.
Do you think that fear? Sorry, man. Do you think that fear, just because they're number 9, is that really where it
That's
came
a
from?
question I want to ask tomorrow in a long practice.
Coach, same question that Josh Allman, Citrus TV. Same question that was asked earlier to Georgia. After shooting so effectively from beyond the arc, only having one in that fourth quarter, kind of what did you see there?
We changed our defense, and we went to our zone, and we just said, let them get us off the bounce and see what happens. And we were able to get out to the corners. I thought Maddie did a great job coming off the bench, and Liv did a great job, and Georgia really carried us this game. And we didn't get the best production from our bigs at all. Sanaya had point-blank layups and went 0 for 6, and I thought that Izza could have been 18 points easy. But, we can't choke ourselves in the middle of the game.
Coach Dad, you said playing with fear. Where did you see that play out tonight, and what do you mean by that?
Oh, you see the short shots? If you're 5 inches from the basket and you shoot the ball short, that's what I do for a living. I know that has a lot to do with them legs not being strong. And that's what that looks like for me. And we got to, if you see a person take a shot and they clank it off the backboard, they just really mistimed it. And they're showing that they're coming through your chest. And we didn't show that. We show short shots. You see short shots, that's to me is fear.
Coach, just all 4 quarters were really, really tough battle. But the second quarter seemed like it was where the game kind of got away from you guys. What happened in that second quarter from your point of view, and how the game kind of slipped away from that point?
I don't know. I don't remember the second quarter. I was trying to move so many different people in here and out. I thought our bench didn't help us as much as they could have. We got more production from our rookies last game, and they didn't show up. And you know what, freshmen, you roll the dice, and they have a right to not be great every game. And today, for the most part, two of them weren't really good. And so I don't know whether it's the second quarter or the end of the first quarter. At the end of the first quarter, we knew what we were going to do, and we had missed an assignment, and they get the momentum going into the second quarter with a 3-point make. And we can't have those mishaps. But this is what's happening with a young team, and we're going to continue to find different ways to not be right 100% of the time. And unfortunately, it's costing us. It's costing us wins. And last year, this cost us possessions, because we're more talented and in certain areas when it's time to score the basketball. And we got to figure this thing out.
Coach, you said yesterday the focus at practice was rebounding.
40 to 26? Maybe I lied. Maybe I lied, because for somebody to out-rebound us by 14 rebounds, to me, is a slap in my face as a head coach. That's who I am. I'm a rebounding juggernaut. Foul out the game, but go on the ground trying to get that rebound. We did not do that. We let that ball rolling around, and they put our hand on it to get a jump ball. We didn't go, teeth first. That's what we did when we were players. We expect that from them. And that's called, again, microcosm of life. How much do you want it? How badly do you want it? We know the rules of how to rebound. We teach them every day. Get to the weak side rebound, and that's it. You don't have to be a big jumper. You don't have to be the tallest person. Their second rebounder, 5 got them all. It just doesn't make any sense to me at all. We get to be out rebounded by 14. It's a personal attack on my character.
Coach, Kobe Scales, 247 Sports. When you get limited minutes from Kyra, how do you get production on your defensive side in the paint? Like they say, I think they outscored you by 20-something points in the paint tonight. How do you find defensive production in the paint?
Defensive production? Like, well, how come they didn't stop number 5?
Yeah, just from your perspective, how do you?
We let her duck in, like, inside the rim. And we talked about getting around, come to a full front, and then track the ball. And we didn't do it. It wasn't just Kyra. It was Izza. It was Sanaya. It was Sophie when she was down there. It was Kiera. This is a team mistake. We totally missed the game plan on this, and that's credit to North Carolina. They just kept going to the well, and they said there's more water in this well, so we're going to keep going. And that's unfortunate that we didn't make that adjustment as players, because every time out, we told them what to do. We actually demonstrated it in the hallway. So, yeah, as frustrated as you all might be, I'm frustrated. You beat us. You're number 9th in the country. Yeah, you're good. But let's be good in a different way the next possession. And that's what we didn't do. And so disappointment, yes, you're not alone.
A couple more questions for Coach Josh.
Coach, just as the season's winding down now and after a few games, after a few losses in a row, what do you kind of tell your team to finish the season strong?
Finish strong. Fight. My mom always said the darkest hour is just before dawn. Dawn got to come sometime. It hasn't come yet. We've come close. We did some fun things against Stanford. We did a lot of great things against the Cal Berkeley. We did a second half against the number 9th team in the country. It got to become light sooner or later, or we're going to have to continue to learn the lesson that he has bestowed for us. And it's not because of lack of trying. I just got to remove the word fear from our equation, and we got to go after these cats, whoever they might be, and pray that, something good can come out of this.
Last question for Coach Smith.
You said you can't play fearful. What happens to a team and in life when you play fearless and live fearless?
Magic. You saw last year when we down 18 in the fourth quarter. Bring it on. Down 17 in the fourth quarter. Bring it on. Those kids were relentless. They had no fear. They saw their story. They saw their why, and they fought for their why. They never played the opponent. And today, in the first half, we played North Carolina, the number 9th team